What's up, James? How you doing? Welcome. Jay's Playcraft. Today's Work Tough Gear Wednesday. I started by from Quiet Boys Outdoors. I don't know if he's going to be in the room tonight. What's up, Kratos? How you doing, buddy? Kratos, I got to talk to you about that S35 VED knife. Yeah, we got to talk about that. It's been a long time with that knife. The folder, LAPG, yeah. Can you hear me okay? James, Kratos, can you hear me okay? What's up, man? Audio coming okay, video coming in okay. As long as the audio is clear, I can't do much about the face, but you're going to have to deal with that one. But as long as it's clear, you can see me and you can hear me, we're all good to go. Perfect. Thanks, buddy. So, yes, today is Work Tough Gear Wednesday. Depending on how many people are going to come in, I'll see how long I'm going to stay on for. Not too long, though. These vertical lives are either here or there, neither here or there. Mayor of Chrisville, Daytona Beach in the house. You're coming in clear. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Daytona Beach. Nice. How's the weather there, buddy? I need to get out. I need to go south, man. We got a big snowstorm coming in. Right now, it's 4:30 Eastern time, around 7 o'clock. I think we're supposed to be getting a big snowfall coming in. It's going to snow all night. Not much, probably about 3 inches. But, yeah, I long for, like, the warm weather. I actually went out, put out a video today. Is the music in the background annoying, guys? Because I can shut that shit down. Figure I'll keep it in for a little ambiance. What's the temp over there for you in Daytona Beach, bud? I like Daytona Beach. I visited there a couple times, or at least passed there and stopped there. Yeah, I did a video. I posted a video just about an hour ago with the Shu katana from Shadow Dancer, L6 line katana from a collection on Amazon. And they really good swords, I gotta tell you. But I wanted to get, and I've been wanting to cut with them. I've been wanting to cut with them for a long time, but it's either a snowfall or the like sub-zero temperatures or rain or freaking wind or whatever. It's just been always something or another with this winter we're having this year. And so I says, you know what, we're going to get another snowfall. I got to get cut with it. Did all the B-roll with it, the details of the swords. And I said, I have to get out and do it. So I actually went out yesterday, even though it was cold, and I got them done. I just posted today because I know we're getting a snowfall coming in tonight. And that's going to pretty much have me down for the count for like at least 4 or 5 days, you know, shoveling and getting rid of snow and moving things around and stuff. Steve Wallace, what's up, bud? Thanks for joining me, man. Yeah, I'm longing for the warmer weather, and I don't need like 90 degrees, 80 degrees. You know, just like t-shirt and jeans type of weather. You know, in the 70s, 60s. I'm good with that. You know, I don't need like super duper hot. I don't know how Matthew does it, man. As far as cutting in the snow, because he's like 2 months of freaking good weather and like freaking 10 months of snow, 10 months of cold weather where he is in Minnesota. It's constantly cold by him there, and humidity is weird there too. The humidity levels, that's why his saya, a lot of his swords on certain months of the year, it's like all his swords stick because of that. It's like he has like a weird humidity level there in I think he's in where is he? Minnesota? Yeah, I think he's in Minnesota. It's always cold. It's always like infernal freaking winter there. I think he's got like maybe 2 months out of the year that's actually decent warm weather. The rest of the year is freaking cold. So if you want to review sports, you gotta go and freaking ask. I don't know how he does it. I can't go out and cut in the cold. Knives I can go out and I can review knives in the cold. I can't do swords where you got to do the full swings and stuff. That's just you're so restricted and stuff, you know. It's hard to do. It's definitely hard to do. So my goal here is to celebrate, talk about Work Tough Gear. I am slowly getting into the loop in terms of getting review samples from them. I love Work Tough Gear. Been dealing with them for many years. I do have a couple of their smaller fixed blades, and my argument is I think that Work Tough Gear makes, really honestly, some of the best smaller size fixed blades on the market. I mean, they have a million of these, like, sub 4 inches with the Kydex sheet locking into place. These types of blades are really phenomenal. This is like a scalpel. This was Jeremy Boulder Valentine, I think it is, and Kitsune. That's what it was, the Kitsune. I mean, this thing is really literally like a scalpel. I got this thing really, really sharp. So I did a review on it already, so I want to really just have something like extremely like scalpel sharp, and that's really what I did with this. By you, Kratos, yeah. It went from hot to cold in the last 3 years. That's nuts. Yeah, I cut frozen water bottles, but not with a sword. Maybe I'll do it like with one of those higher shock steels. I'll cut like with the ice, but with the stabbing it like the ice picker, like Sharon Stone thing, I did that with the off-grid knives. But that's fun. It's fun, like cutting into the ice. But yeah, man, I might try that again with the with one of the like the higher grain, higher shock steels and stuff. Kratos, I got a stupid question for you. You've been around swords for a while, and I think I know the answer, but I want to hear from somebody else because I got a comment. L6 steel, is it true? Can L6 steel be differentially hardened? Which I know the answer is yes. And can L6 steel be clay tempered and also come with a mirror polish? Is that in the nature of L6 steel? I don't see why it can't, but I just got a comment about it with these L6 blades that I just put out. Let me know what your take is on that. I know the answer, but I just, for my own sanity, I want to hear from somebody else. The Ateol, what's it called? I can't pronounce. I'm dyslexic, guys. Ateol from Work Tough Gear. I love that knife. I haven't had my hands on it yet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. The new one coming in. Scab obviously has him. He's lined up for it, but I'm kind of down on the list in terms of getting the knives because I'm new with Work Tough Gear in terms of getting the samples and stuff. But yeah, I am definitely looking forward to that one, without a doubt. I love all these small fixed blades from Work Tough Gear. There's something about these small fixed blades that they just fit your hands. They work. They're all, a lot of them are similar. The one that really stands out a lot is this Mount Laguna from Wingman 115. I love the sheet. I love how it comes. I love just the locking mechanism of all of them. But just this particular sheet, I like it. I like it a lot. And I love the sheets that have the Velcro with the button. So if you want to put it on your belt, instead of having to take your belt off, you kind of just take this off. And for people who say like, oh, the Velcro is going to wear out in time and yada, 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 it's not going to be as tough. You also have the button. So with the Velcro, you could also lock the button in place. So yeah, this thing is not going to be opening and the Velcro is not going to be an issue because you have the button close here. So having that is great, being able to not have to take your belt off so you could take it on and off your belt. But I love their Kydex sheets, man. They're really cool. They're all really, really good. The blade on this Mount Laguna is really something else. It's got that acid splatter finish type of thing. Actually, the camera's picking it up pretty well. Screaming sharp out of the box. I love the shape of it. This is a great little, do it all like small fixed blade. And look at the spine on this thing, man. Look at the spine and look at that tip. Look at that reinforced tip. How this thing comes. This is a real freaking tank of a little knife, designed from Wingman 115. A lot of people had complained about the handle being a little too small. I find that it kind of fits my hand, but I find that you have to be careful doing some stuff where your hand's going to go into the blade because you don't have too much of a guard. So I had cut myself a number of times with this knife. There's just certain applications. It's a good slicer and cutter. I mean, it's an all-day slicer and cutter, outdoors, indoors, whatever. It's not really a banger because it's very easy to kind of get your hand in there, and I've cut my finger there, but the blade is remarkable. I mean, it really is a great blade, and it is a comfortable handle as long as you hold it the way you're supposed to hold it, and I don't do what you're not supposed to do with it. But it just, that swell right here on top, because I actually, this swell is also awesome for batoning. If you want to do some light batoning with this, because look at that spine. I mean, this is definitely a small batoning type of knife. What's your answer, Kratos? L6 is a better tool steel than T10. So if you can clay temper with the mirror polish, T10 with the mirror polish. So if you can, wait, L6 is a better tool steel than T10. Why you can't with an L6? Check with Marusame on Amazon. I had a comment. You know what, Alex? You could answer it for me. Gargoyle's Blade. Welcome everybody, Alex, into the room. If you're not subbed to Alex, definitely give him a sub. Sub to everybody here, guys. Whoever's here is, Kratos doesn't have a channel, but Kratos, do you have a channel? I don't think you really post. But definitely sub to Gargoyle's Blades. Alex is a great dude. Great knowledge on swords, practitioner and all that too. Alex, I have a question for you. L6 steel. Can L6 steel be differentially? I know the answers. I just want to hear from other people. Can L6 steel, traditional L6 steel, be differentially hardened, can be clay tempered, and can it be mirror polished? That's my question to you. And I'll tell you, because I did receive a little bit of a weird comment about a video I just put out with some L6 blades. I would think you would know, Al, because you work with steel all the time. It's it is a Tuesday. I realize that. I'm moving up Work Tough Gear to Tuesday because I can't do it on a Wednesday, and I'm thinking that a lot of people are going to end up seeing this on a Wednesday. So I'm just kind of taking a step up. Yes, you are right. I thought I should have mentioned that I don't have a chance to do it tomorrow because we are doing another Blade Talk with Scab and Joe live on Thursday, so I couldn't do back to back. So I am doing Work Tough Gear Wednesday on Tuesday. So I should have kind of mentioned that. But yes, I am going to change the title. Thank you for pointing that out. But it is a Work Tough Gear day, but for Wednesday, done on Tuesday, if that makes any freaking sense. Watch City Knives. What's up, buddy? Alex is saying, yeah, I have a clay tempered L6 blade from Musami, and it can do it. Yes, I knew the answer, but I put out a video with and listen, I'm not going to name names. I put out a video with the L6 steel, L6 swords from Shadow Dancer. Very, very impressed with them. Very impressed with the cutting performance on them. I did not expect it. And somebody I commented that they suspected they weren't real because they're saying L6 blades can't be mirror polished and they can't have homos. I don't know. I knew it's stupid. It's not true, but I just wanted to hear from somebody else for my own sanity. I don't see why you can't. Bayonet steel can also have those. I think maybe Bayonet steel is different. Maybe they think he's thinking Bayonet steel. I don't know, but I've seen Bayonet blades from Howard Clark that I think are also clay tempered and have a really amazing bazooka polish on it. Pretty damn freaking wild. But I'm just talking about like regular L6 blades. And actually, it's my first time really cutting with L6 steel, and I was pretty impressed with the resilience of it, the shock absorption, and the geometric of these blades itself. If you haven't watched, I just put out a video an hour ago about a $248 Shadow Dancer L6 Katana collection sold on Amazon, and I was taken back with how well these things cut. No resistance whatsoever. Literally no resistance cutting through. I know it's Work Tough Gear, but I just can't help talking about swords. No resistance cutting with these blades whatsoever. I mean, really no effort. Was gliding through targets, tatami, water bottles, pool noodles. Very impressed, right? I did not expect them to be such great cutters. finish was good. They're good, well-rounded, great swords for the practitioner, for the collector, and for the for Yaido. But in terms of cutting, that's where I think these swords excel for like sub $300. Not too bad. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite. Getting back to Work Tough Gear, this is definitely one of my favorite. Is the Mount Laguna, because of that spine, because you could do some light batoning with it. You got a really incredibly resilient, penetrating tip. I mean, that tip is just a thing of effing beauty. Look at the red liners, that beautiful full tang, how polished everything is, the fit finish. It's just really one of my favorite blades of this size from Work Tough Gear. It really is something else, and it's different. It's different contour and handle from all the rest of them. The first one that Z came out with, where is it? Is the Nomad EDC, and this is just such a great size. Look at that, the swell on the belly, and this is a very, very comfortable handle. Very comfortable handle. I mean, this thing will lock into your hands. You got like the thumb rest here, but you could also use this to strike the Ferrocinian rod right here, and this is just, look at that swell, that light swell there right here in the middle, the different type of grind. I think there's a Bowler N690, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is Zeke Nacho's Nomad EDC, the first one he came out with, the EDC model. But this is just why I love Work Tough Gear, for that reason. Your heaviest katana. These L6s are actually pretty, not light and nimble, but balanced. Not heavy, not light, balanced. I think they came in at around 2 pounds, 2.1 pounds or something like that. 2.2. Not heavy at all. I mean, pretty evenly, weighted in terms of being able to move them around. I had so much good control of the tip, and was able to execute where I wanted to go. It just really impressed with these swords, but not heavy at all. Definitely not heavy at all. That's Nomad EDC. Then he came out with, and I mean, they just come out knife after knife of this size. They're all just a pleasure owned. Now, this is not. This is actually David Pouzan. I just reviewed. This is the Pouzan Wilderness Bowie, the PWB EDC. It's a smaller version of the Pouzan Wilderness Bowie, but an EDC version. I mean, look at that devastating tip. Like a really good piercing tip, steak knife, food processing knife, but was batoning with this thing, doing my thing. It's got the M39 K390, K329. I forget the exact name of the seal, but it's actually one of their better seals now that Work Tough Gear is kind of working with. I actually gotta look it up. Thank you for spending your evening or late afternoon with me, guys. Oh, this is actually the Cryo N690. Yeah, this is the Cryo N690. Second production run. Really, really nice knife. I was very, very impressed with this. I really had a good time with this. And like consistency with the locking of the Kydex sheath. I mean, just no issues there, man. No issues. Then Z came out with another great knife, which is the Bushcrafter. It's the Nomad Bushcrafter. Nice satin finish. Again, cut out for the Ferrocinian rod. Nice green freaking liners. Look at that fit and finish, how absolutely perfect it is. I love a machined, good quality fit and finish. I love a homemade knife, but there's something about a nice machined, perfect fit and finish, perfect smoothness, no hot spots, type of knife like this. And Work Tough Gear does a great job with it. Really another great design by Zeke Minacho. Very good bushcrafting knife. This is just a perfect size for like just doing the carving and shaving. And you don't have to have like a big blade there if you're doing some normal shaving and stuff to prep for a fire. This is just such a perfect freaking size, and that's why I just love all their knives of this size. They're solid little tanks, great spines, great handles, solid, great steels, great designs. I love all of their knives of this size, and that's why I'm saying I think that Work Tough Gear is really just producing some of the best knives of this size out there. I mean, obviously there's a lot of companies doing doing it well. I just happen to really like what Work Tough Gear is doing. They resonate with me. They resonate with me, and they just click with me in terms of my hands and how they cut and the sharpness level that they come, consistency all the time. You know, I love thick spines. I mean, if you love a thick spine, I mean, the Mount Laguna, just that spine is just devastatingly beautiful. You know, it's all about the girth, man. Not about the length. It's all about the girth sometimes, man. It's about the girth. And then you put those red liners in there, and that just makes me freaking melt. The girth and the red liners, that just strikes my fancy, boys. Love it. Status update. Been carrying my off-grid knives for a little while, my folders. This is the Mamba V3 in MagnaCut. I cut with this thing every day. This and this, I revolve, carries between the two. And these are premium folders from off-grid, ceramic ball bearing pivots, all titanium hardware, titanium T8 screws, titanium handles, frame lock on both of them with the titanium frame, titanium belt clip, and MagnaCut steel. Sharp out of the box. Beautiful jimping on the Scorpion here, and just a nice like rough and tough type of like Mamba type of scales with the snake scales for the Mamba 3, and just a nice clean carbon fiber inlays with the titanium. Clean look of this off-grid. These are just like everyday forever knives for me. I love these knives, and I've been carrying them for a little while, and that's what she said, Kratos. Absolutely. Carrying these for a little while. I do a lot of cutting with them, and the edge retention is so on target, man. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect from MagnaCut. I don't have any need to sharpen these yet. This has been, you know, probably about 2-3 months. We're constantly carrying them, cutting with them every day. You know, kitchen stuff, food prep, opening stuff up, opening up boxes, breaking up zip ties, ripping open tape and processing shit, you know, to cut paper, whatever. And it's these things are still holding their edge. So MagnaCut is the real deal, man. I think I always thought MagnaCut was like kind of an overkill with a folder, but I think MagnaCut is the real deal. I think if you have an option of getting a good knife that you want to carry every day, MagnaCut got cheap enough where I think they're a little bit more affordable. And these knives pretty much come in at around $250. When they sent them to me, they're around $250, I believe was the retail. And not a bad price to have MagnaCut titanium having their premium line. Dare I say, if you went with an equivalent type of knife made in the States, it's going to be probably around $400. So you know how it is. So that's a great deal with off-grid. It's the Mamba V3 and the Scorpion version 3. And yes, I've been cutting with them every day. Status updates still going strong. The frame lock and the motion is just as smooth as it was out of the box. These are just, you know, you fidget with these all day long. I mean, I can't tell you how many hundreds of times basically I opened and closed both of these knives up. I mean, it's just, I could just do it while I'm watching TV, my eyes closed now, and it's still, you know, butter smooth as far as it closing and stuff. And I showed you when I did batoning with this thing that it did fail on me, but it did not affect the locking mechanism at all. I mean, listen, you're not supposed to baton with these knives like this. It's not a cold steel. It's not a triad locking system, but it's still strong as hell. And it did its job, and it didn't break, and it's still going. So yeah, these knives are real deal, man. I'm gonna keep on checking back with you. I'll get back to you when I do a six month checkup, do a 1 year checkup, and I'll let you know basically how the knives are doing, if the action is good, if the sharpness is good, and when I needed to sharpen it. You know, if I needed any sharpening prior to 6 months, I'll let you know about that too. But that's what it's all about. So if you haven't checked out Work Tough Gear, guys, and you're tuning in to Work Tough Gear Wednesday on a Tuesday, that's basically what it is. Sorry. That's what I meant by it. I'm hoping a lot of people see it on Wednesday as well, since it is late here a little bit later in the Eastern Seaboard. But check out some Work Tough Gear knives. Check out these smaller knives, because I think not a lot of people are into the big knives. A lot of people do like the knives this size, and if you like a knife this size, that basically just gonna, you know, just kind of something that you need to do and just fits so comfortably in your hand. You have so much control over it, and they're just easy knives that you can just basically lock it in, just stick it into your pocket next, like as if it's the folder. And I mean, these are the way to go. If you like knives this size, definitely check them out at Work Tough Gear. I think you're gonna love them. And on my sword content, guys, like I said, I just put out an L6 video, the L6 steel. Shadow Dancer L6 line sold on Amazon. That's out. And let me know if you guys have seen also the other talking head videos that I did. Hold on. Kratos. I don't know about the Hanwei Bay Knight. I would love to get, I'm trying to get my hands on, I don't even know actually with the closing of Hanwei. Well, by the way, we're having a Blade Talk with Scab and Joe with Patrick Shipley from Cat Siberia on Thursday. Not tomorrow, next day, Thursday. Yes. And we're going to be strictly talking about the Hanwei closing. We're going to talk about what led to it. We're going to talk about basically what the future plans are. And hopefully, I'm hoping that he has some answers for me for whatever models from Hanwei are going to be taken up and reproduced or maybe redesigned with Frenchie Jin from Dragon King, because he's taken over a lot of the production on a lot of the Hanwei models. So I'm hoping he has an answer for me as far as which Hanwei swords he's making. There is something he told me a while back, which I don't know if we can talk about, but he's recreating one of the most popular Hanwei swords in a Dragon King model. And I'm really stoked and so excited about it. I can't talk about it because it's very preliminary, but maybe I can get it out of Patrick Thursday. So tune in and definitely tune in with us at 8 o'clock with Scab and I on my channel, obviously, and Scab's channel at the same time, Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. Again, it's going to be the topic of Hanwei, the closing of the Hanwei factory that's been around since for 20 years or so or something like that, or over 20 years. So that finally closed down, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what led to it, and we'll talk about the future of Hanwei swords and what he thinks is definitely going to be reproduced. And more importantly, not only just continuing production on them, but if Frenchie is going to be redesigning or adding a little bit of his Dragon King flair, because he did have a stake in designing them originally when he worked with Paul Chen, when he was an apprentice with him back many 30 years ago or something like that. So he a lot of his decisions went into a lot of the Hanwei swords that you're seeing, the models. So I'm hoping that he is going to also maybe redesign some of the Hanwei models that he's going to bring back. And I would love to know which ones they would be. And I'm hoping that Patrick will have those answers for me, because that's the purpose of him coming in on Thursday. And then the following week, guys, really stoked about, I don't know if you heard of Daniel from 411 Outdoors. The guy's freaking phenomenal. He's a great dude. Love his content. Love his content as far as self-defense and all his advice being a practitioner and a self-defense pro. And his knife reviews, he does well. His channel has grown immensely within the last year. He's doing a really freaking great job. We're going to talk about his channel, how he's been growing, and about his content. So he's coming in on the 18th, I believe it is. Following week, maybe next week. I think next Tuesday. So that's good. That's definitely one you don't want to miss as well. I'm really excited to have Daniel on from 411 Outdoors next week on Blade Talk with Scab and Joe on a Tuesday, though. It's going to come in on Tuesday. We're going on a Thursday to accommodate for Patrick, because he can't come in on Tuesday. So definitely tune in to Hanwei, Hanwei Factory closing with Patrick from Cat Siberia, Blade Talk with Scab and Joe on my channel. If you're not sub, please sub so you can get the alert, hit the bell icon. We're going in at 8 o'clock Eastern time, I believe, my channel and Scab's channel with Patrick from Cat Siberia. V Cherry has stopped finding awesome swords. There's a lot of awesome swords out there, Kratos. There really is. There's a lot of awesome swords out there. I think it's a great time to like swords. Not a great time for your wallet, but a great time to like swords. I mean, the competition is fierce right now. Everybody's like really. 411 Outdoors is fantastic, man. He really is. I like Daniel a lot. I've been talking to him here and there over email. I'm actually really, really freaking looking forward to talking to that dude, man. He's good. He's a good dude. I really like his content. If you guys have seen it, I had started I put out 2 talking head content videos about more psychology to mind. I was talking about ways that you're dealing with an evil person was one topic, and the next topic was this guidelines or signs that you're dealing with a narcissistic person. I just love psychology. I love those topics. I love talking about that stuff. Let me know what you think about those videos and how it's implementing to my Blade videos. I know it doesn't matter. It's like oil and vinegar, but I just like adding something very meaningful that I like to talk about in my channel. I don't want to be all about Blades all the time, even though I love Blades, but I love talking about, and I'm interested in other things. I actually want to even talk about UFOs. I want to talk about some, all the stuff that's been going on these days with drones, ancient aliens. I love all that stuff too. Let me know if you like that. I mean, if it goes well, maybe I'll open up a new channel with that. I would like to keep it on the same channel because I'm struggling so hard to grow this one, but let me know if you haven't seen those videos, let me know what you think. Comment, give me your opinion if you think I should continue with them or not. If you have any other topics for me, I would love to hear them, but mostly about psychology and just everyday stuff that we don't think about or talk about, but makes for good conversation. The Condor Bernie's, I like that. It is like a sword. I like Condor, man. I got to hook up with Condor. I got to hook up with Joe Flowers. We had Joe Flowers on not so long ago. I got to hook up with him again. I like Condor. I like Condor's stuff. It's not the best quality in terms of fit and finish. A little more handmade, which I like. I like handmade feel. Sharpness level sometimes is not at all it should be, but Condor items are great, man. I do have a couple Condor items. I got the Moonshiner from Joe Flowers. I got something from Julio Diaz. I forget what the freak it was called. Black leaf knife or something like that. Yeah, and I see them on Blade Show. I see that Blade Show. I see all that stuff. They have some really impressive stuff. But that Condor Bernese Hunter is really cool. I got to try to check that out. Have a good one, Alex. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I'm going to be closing it up pretty soon. I'll be on for around 35 minutes. To coming closer, around 35 minutes. Hopefully people catch us on the replay. So, once again, guys, Work Tough Gear. Love their stuff. Love their small fixed blade stuff. This is Work Tough Gear Wednesday on a Tuesday because I can't go on tomorrow. So that's why I'm on today. I should have explained it, but I will change the title to Work Tough Gear Wednesday on a Tuesday as soon as I get off of this. But thank you, Mayor, for pointing that out to me, buddy. And how is everybody doing? Anybody have questions for me or anything like that before I kind of close off the live? And thank you for spending some time with me, guys. And please take a look at my last video of the L6 blades from Shadow Dancer, and also the 10 warning signs you're dealing with an evil person, and also the video about narcissism. And let me know how those videos came out, and if you want to see more of those types of videos on my channel, because I'm assuming that people who like blades also do like other things. I mean, instead, people come to me for blades and stuff and maintenance and swords and reviews, but I'm assuming that you guys like other things. So if you guys can appreciate these types of videos alongside my other videos, I will continue to do it. But I need your feedback. I need to know what you guys think about that. So if you're able to spend some time and take a look at them, they're not too long. One's like 7 minutes, one's like 15 minutes, not even. Let me know what you guys think about those, if I should continue with them, and we'll move on from there, basically. Kratos, Mayor, Watch City Knives. Tough Gear stock. Yeah, no, I hear you, Kratos, man. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. Freaking, you start liking the stuff because you like knives and swords, so it's dangerous for you, like me. I don't know, Dave, honestly, and thanks for stopping in. I may, since I have 2 of them. I don't think Shadow Dancer wants me to, and they sent them to me. Whatever. If I do it, it's not like, I'm gonna get in trouble, but you know, whatever. But they prefer not to see them hard use because I don't know, because I guess that's not what they're intended to be made for. But I think they could probably take a little punishment because they're really good cutters, and yeah, I might do a little harder use. I don't know if maybe it's a little harder use, and then maybe I'll bring them to failure at one point because I have 2 of them. It's just a shame because they're really nice swords, though. It breaks my heart to really hard use to bring it to failure. I only did that once on the S5 blade because that's really what they sent it to me for that purpose. But I can't do it with like nice blades. It's just I don't have the heart for it. And I see Matthew Jensen's kind of drifting off from doing it, you know, more and more. You like the 10 signs video? Good. I mean, do you like seeing videos like that, May? I mean, is that cool to kind of mix in those videos with my blade videos? I just think it's another type of some more different types of content on the channel that's a little more diverse, that instead of just watching blade stuff from me, maybe you'll watch something interesting that we can converse about everyday stuff that, you know, we can talk about and converse and compare stories with them and kind of resonate with you and relate to. So I would like to continue those. I just, you know, I don't want to if people are not going to really or unsub from me or not like it and move on, you know, from my channel because I'm doing it. So I don't want to make it like I'm changing over to that. I just want to add other things to it, you know. I may have to change my channel name because to like maybe a name and not with Bladecraft, so I can, you know, it's all in the name. Sometimes when you have a generic name or just a name, you can do mixed content. But when you have like Bladecraft, people are going to think you're going to see Bladecraft, you know. So it's tough. So if I continue with that and keep it on one channel, I may have to change it to a name, like maybe Joe Steele or something like that. I don't know. Even though that's like kind of a porn name, but whatever. I don't care if you guys do that. In some places, but just with the E at the end. They are tougher than they appear, Dave. I think these swords are definitely, I don't have it on me, but you'll see it's on my review, guys. I just reviewed them. James, yes, definitely. I'll see you on Thursday about the Hanway closing. I have a lot to talk about with him, and I think we're really going to isolate that. We're not going to bullshit about anything else. We're going to literally tackle the Hanway closing and talk only about the Hanway closing and about what's the future of it. So, yeah. Thank you, May. Appreciate that. So that's if you're curious about that, which I am, definitely take a look into it on Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, my channel and Scab's channel. I may bring some harder tests on these. Now that I did the review and I got the cutting done and I showed you basically normal cutting, what it could do, I have a feeling they can handle a little bit more. That L6, I want to push it a little harder, you know. Joe Mano Steel. That sounds good. I like that one. I may have to steal that from you, Kratos. You got the good names. You got all the good names, buddy. I like that. Yeah, the green gold one is the one I chose originally. Then they sent me that orangey one, which I thought it was really too loud. But after you see the varnish work and stuff, it's quality done, so I can live with it as long as it's not like a bad varnish job. They did a nice varnish job, even though it is a little bright, but it matches well with the green and stuff. They're really handsome swords, man. And if you want one that's more subdued, you have the brown leather one with like the Hishime Saya, which is really nice. I know Matthew has the purple one, the purple Ito, which is cool. So yeah, I like those swords a lot. And the fact that it's Amazon and it's free shipping if you got Prime, that's pretty freaking awesome. It takes about 7 days to get the sword, which is really not that long. Yours is tighter. It's curious that you say that because I know Matthew didn't have any complaints about it being loose. So his, I think, was pretty freaking tight. So I don't know. Maybe I have 2 of them that were a little looser. Maybe the tire, the freaking artist in the tire was sleeping. Was a little tired when he wrapped up those. I don't know, man. Who knows? But I'm glad to know that at least tighter. Little food for thought. I know that Matthew's is tighter because I did mention that. So maybe just the 2 that I have out of the line. I don't know. But I'm glad to see that yours is tighter. They do. They do look good together. They do. They actually mesh really well together. They do, especially when you display them and stuff. They didn't tell me that they don't want me to. They just basically prefer not to see them brought to failure because they say they're not really, they don't want people thinking that they're made for that. So I don't know. I mean, I know what you're saying. Should I suspect something if they're saying not to? I don't know. A lot of sword companies, they don't want you to push them to failure. It's not a popular thing the way it used to be. So they don't want to really see them push to failure. Unless you're dealing with like fucking S7, S7 or S5, where they're shock steels and they're made to cut into stone. I mean, those are the shock steels. But L6 is a good shock resistant steel too. Not like S5, but it's pretty good shock resistant on the L6. So I would be curious to know how much you can take. And since I do have two of them, I may actually freaking push one of them to failure. The decision is going to be which one. The green gold or the red gold. I don't know. Green gold I like. The red gold is kind of growing on me a little bit. I like that green Ito. L6 is better than T10. L6 is better. I think L6 is better than T10. It is a better tool steel than T10. It's a step up. T10 is old now. T10 is still good steel, but L6... T10 has a tendency more to take a set. L6, I think, is a lot better in terms of the shock absorption and it's resilient to take a set. T10 can take a set a lot easier than L6 can. L6 is a lot stronger. And especially the L6 bayonet is just one of the best steels out there. The bayonet system of making the L6 is one of the best sword combinations makes that you can find. But yes, better than T10. Green is Garden Sword. All right, that's what I figured. The green is what I originally chose, so I may keep the green, keep that in normal condition, normal use, and I may push the red one to failure, or at least push it hard, and then we'll see how much it can take. That may be another video. Since I got the freaking headgear and all that shit already from doing the S5, I might as well. I think it'll be a curious thing for people to see about. How much L6 can take compared to S5. I mean, I could probably do as I did with S5 and see how much L6 can take compared to the S5 steel. I think that'll be a pretty educational, like an educational thing to do to see how much L6 can take. Oh, I can't fix the S5. The S5 broke in half. So if I'm going to push it hard, I'm pushing it to the point where I'm going to have the blade break. So that I can't fix unless I make it a freaking Tanto or something. I heard the same thing, Kratos, about L6, yeah. Mr. Gerbs, what's up, buddy? I've been on for a little while. Thanks for coming in, buddy. What you say, buddy? How you feeling today, man? How you feeling health-wise? All that stuff. How's everything going with you, buddy? Yeah, I think it would be a good video. I may consider it. Now that I put the videos out and I did the normal fit and finish and I did the normal cutting and I got those videos out, I think that'll be a good thing to do. That'll be interesting. The 3V katana? Wow. That should be very interesting. I think that'll be probably the next one they send me is a 3V. But I can't fucking imagine about 3V with a long blade if it's going to be still resilient. Like a 3V knife, but a 3V long blade? I don't know. They got to really, really work on that heat tempering really well. I can't imagine it being... I guess it should be. I mean, whatever. Maybe they just... do it differently to account for the fact that it's a longer blade, more surface area. But that'll be interesting to see a 3V. I think so. Off the meds. Slowed your coffee intake. Oh, I can't slow my coffee intake. That I can never do. Yeah, I know, Jarbs, but like I said, man, a guy's got to be comfortable with his own skin before, and you can't. You know, the problem is, guys. The problem is with men is the fact that we rely on women companions too much, and we can't be comfortable by ourselves. Of course, you know you need a woman in your life, but you got to be comfortable in your own skin too. And sometimes, if we're so accustomed to having a woman around taking care of us emotionally, physically, all that stuff, um, and I don't take it in the dirty way, guys. I'm just in terms of just having a companion with you. It's like we just fall apart, and we you know, some people turn to drugs, some people turn to depression, you know, a lot of fucking crazy shit. And it's like we have to be comfortable with our own skin, and we can't put all our cards in one stack when you're dealing with a woman female companion, because the way things are, people break up and get divorced these days, you have to be ready mentally to be by yourself for a period of time, and you can't let yourself fall off the deep end. You got to be a lot stronger than that, and be comfortable and satisfied with your own self, and not rely on your female companion to give you everything you need. And that's the problem with men. That's why we get crazy when we break up with women, because we rely on them too much. You can't rely on them that much, you know. That's the issue. And Jerbs, you gotta, I explained this to you before, you know, you got, I know it's hard to hear it and do it. It's a different story. But yeah, no drugs, no drinks. Good. I'm happy about that, buddy. Grateful for today. Beautiful day in the woods. Great. I love your freaking woodland backyard area is amazing and beautiful. I love it. 7 years by yourself, straight. Good. That's get your head straight and get yourself in a good place before you start up again. Because then you're gonna, what happens is, if you don't have your head straight and you want to start dating again, if you don't have your head totally straight and you're totally comfortable in your own skin, you start making the wrong choices in terms of who your partner is going to be. And you probably make the wrong choices that you made the first time around, and why you broke up with that person or got divorced in the first place. So you got to get your head straight. I may make a video about this. See, like shit like this, guys, that I'm talking about? These are great videos. These are great discussion pieces. And just because it's a Blade channel, I think we should be able to talk about this stuff as men, right? Yeah, I think it'll be something along this topic as far as being comfortable with your own self and making the right decision second time around when you're starting up again. I think is important. You know, I don't practice what I preach, but I know what you should be doing, even though I don't practice it. Unfortunately, could be a hypocrite, but I know what you should be doing. Yeah, same woman, different body. If you don't get your head straight and you don't get yourself in a good place, you're going to end up making the same bad mistakes that you made the first go at it, the first go around. So you have to get yourself figured out first. What is up, my man Scab? How you doing, buddy? I've been on for an hour. I was waiting for you to come in. What is up, buddy? We're talking about life. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about the fact that I am doing Work Tough Year Wednesday on a Tuesday because I can't go on tomorrow. So it's Work Tough Year Wednesday on a Tuesday. So we talk about small, how I think Work Tough Gear makes some of the best on the planet small fixed blade knives. They are fantastic. They're making some of the best on the market of this size. And you know, Scab, I don't have to tell you. Have a safe drive home, buddy. I know it's hard for you to comment. Yeah, I mean, stick to the community. Your lives are helping you a lot, Jerbs, in terms of going and do your little spot lives. Even if you go in and you talk to one or two people, it's therapeutic to freaking go in and just shoot the breeze a little bit. It doesn't have to be all about knives all the time. It could be other things if you need it, you know? Jerbs, you got a channel where you have your name and you could talk about whatever you want. I actually have to talk to Scab. I may actually change my channel name again. If I keep on doing these therapeutic talking head psychology videos, psychology of the mind, narcissism, all that shit that I put out, I may have to change my name if I'm going to continue to do it. Scab, have you seen those videos yet? Videos I put out about this last one was about narcissism, and then the 9 signs and the other guidelines or signs you're dealing with an evil person. Let me know what you think about those. I'm trying to implement different things to my content to fill in the gaps a little bit, if you know what I mean, you know? I'll pay you for mental health. Yeah, all right. I'll do a Patreon of mental health videos. I'll do the research and I'll talk to you about it. And I'll tell you how insane I am, so you don't have to make the. I'll tell you about all the mistakes that I freaking made, so you don't have to make the same ones. Yeah, it's not that long. That's why it's good soup, because it's about 7 minutes, 10 minutes. So it's when I did the dialogue and stuff, I tried to make it not too long, so it's not 30 minutes of bullshit. I tried to make it to the point and make it around 10 minutes, 7 minutes. I think that's a good talking point time. And I just feel like, you know what, even though we're doing blades, I think it's also cool to like implement other things that as men we can talk about. And we were talking about relationships, talking about basically rebound girls and not making the same mistakes twice, about not having fallen into that trap of relying on a woman too much and not being comfortable in your own skin when they break up with you and you're a guy's a mess. I think that's a great fucking topic. And I think that's something that I'm going to probably look up and talk about, and maybe talk about my own experiences as well, if I can, you know? And thank you, Scare. Appreciate that. Mix it up, Man of Steel. Yeah, I think I'm going to mix it up. I may have to end up changing my channel name again, though. I don't know if I saw your comment there, though, Scam. I'm not sure. I got to look it up again. But I'm glad you saw it, though. Because I'm curious to get your opinion. You know how I value your opinion. I'm curious to get your opinion if I can implement that into my channel. Because I would like to. I think it's a good filler. And I love doing the whole multicam, teleprompter thing, the discussion, doing the research. I love all that whole production element stuff. You know that. Not enough real talk these days. That's right. I mean, just because we're doing blades, I don't see why there's a rule that, oh, you know, if you're tuning into me for blades, you can't see anything else. I think as men, I think we have all the brains or all the interests other than blades. And I think we should be able to talk about all this shit. I mean, Scab, you're doing a good thing by doing the camping and doing the survival, and you're implementing all the things. You always implement all the things. I'm totally going on a different apple, and I'm mixing oil, you know, oil and vinegar here. So, but maybe I have to look it up. Maybe, hold on, let me see if it's held or something like that. Yeah, it might have been held and I don't see it. It might have been held and I don't see it, Scab. Maybe they censored it. I don't know. Because I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, because I definitely wanted your opinion on it. Especially amongst men. Absolutely, Dave. Big smiles everywhere, yes. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely want to get your opinion, guys, as far as the talking videos, and see how they take. I'm curious to see how they take, because I really, those are videos that I can kind of do on the whim, do the research, put it out, edit it quick, and then get it out. I mean, those are a little quicker than just doing reviews. Reviews are a lot more detailed work, you know, multi-day work. He has a good Daniel from 401 Outdoors. I like his style because his genre is in more or less self-defense, but he does talk about other shit, like as far as even ways of being successful, ways of picking yourself up and being successful. And that's where I got it from. To be honest with you, he inspired me to wanting to do it, because I think, and his channel has grown by leaps and bounds incredibly within the last year with those videos. He's got one of his videos where he did which one is the most popular video he has? There was one video, if you look at his popular videos, that he's got about on a long form, what 10 reasons or 10 reasons or 10 reasons for something. I forgot what it was. I think he's got over almost 2 million views from only like 8 months ago. or 4 months ago. So he's doing really, really well with that. So that's why I'm actually really looking forward to having Daniel on, because I want to talk to him about his decision as far as doing those types of videos. Obviously, he gets a lot of clicks from it, and that's why he does it. But I really want to get his take on how he grew with those videos, because I'm looking to go that direction as well. But I think it really does have a lot to do with your channel name. I really do. And I'm going to have to change my channel name. I can't have Bladecraft on my freaking channel, unfortunately. Keep on doing those shorts and lives, buddy. Try to do some nature hikes or some shit. Like, take your camera. I don't know if you have good 4G or 5G. Try to take the phone out and do some nature hikes or live. Take the phone and freaking go out and do some nature hikes if you have signal, and try to do some live chats as you're doing a nature walk and shit. Maybe you see the wildlife and stuff like that. Try that. I think that people like to see that stuff. I've done that a couple times this year at the nature walks. People like that stuff. But it'll come, Jerbs. It'll come. And when it does come, you're going to really be satisfied when it does come. Just try to be diverse with the videos a little bit. Yeah, when you do get one, let me know, and then I'll help you out with that as far as trying to get some different videos out there like that. Absolutely. So, guys, Work Tough Gear. It is, I've been on for about an hour. I appreciate you guys being here. The reason for going originally was to talk about Work Tough Gear, talk about these the small fixed blade knives. This is a Kitsune, Jeremy Boulder Valentine. This is the Bushcrafter. The Bushcrafter from Zeke Menacho, EDC. Love this freaking knife. He has a Nomad EDC. This is the Bushcrafter. Then you have one of my favorite blade shape out of all of them is the Mount Laguna, with that freaking spine and that tip and stuff. I love these types of blades. They just, I don't think Work Tough Gear just does such a great job with knives of this size. I mean, the handle, the fit and finish, just the use of them, the sharpness of all of them, the consistency of having such great quality cutlery of this size is great. And a lot of people don't like big knives. Some people just don't like big knives. They like knives this size. I mean, if you talk to Wingman 115 John Efron, he'll give you a whole speech of why these size knives he prefers over big knives. And he makes a lot of sense, you know? He makes a lot of sense. Listen to Scab, Jerbs. He knows what he's talking about. He's done very well, very, very well with that outlet. Absolutely. So big love to all of you guys. Happy Work Tough Gear Wednesday on a Tuesday. I'm going to have to change the title. We have a Blade Talk with Scab and Joe coming in. Again, with Cat Siberia, Patrick, we're going to talk strictly about the closing of Hanway and the future of Hanway Swords and Dragon King and Frenchy Gin and all that stuff. Take a look at Work Tough Gear. Love their knives, love their products. Looking forward to something new coming in from them. And I also did a revisit of my two folders from Off Grid, the Scorpion and the Mamba. Still both, I mean, obviously both great knives, but still basically going strong. I'm going to do a checkup on 6 month, 1 year. This is about a 2 month checkup. Sharp still, no sharpening, no stropping. The Magnet Cut is excellent. The motion and the action of these things is still butter freaking smooth. These are two of my favorite carrying knives. They really are. These folders are excellent. So we'll do some more checkups on those. Hope you guys are all doing well. Let me know, comment. Let me know about the talking videos. Let me know what you think direction I should go with them. I also just put out a video today on the L6 katanas from Shadow Dancer, sold on Amazon. Very happy with those swords. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate all the kind words and all the support. Trying to grow my channel to about 10,000. It's a struggle. So a like, a share, and subscribe if you're passing by always helps out. Bless you too, Gerbs. Bless all of you. Love everyone in the room. Scab, love you, buddy. And let's catch up pretty soon. And we'll be talking on Thursday with Blade Talk at 8 o'clock Eastern time. I shared the calendar event with you, so you should have gotten it on the calendar event. I shared it from my channel to yours, so you should have gotten it. Love you, brother. Love all of you. I appreciate you guys being here. Happy Work Tough Gear Wednesday on a Tuesday. Check out Work Tough Gear. Check out some videos. Check out everyone in this room. Sub if you're not sub. Sub to Gerbs. Let's get this poor guy up to 1,000, and let's keep everybody going and growing together. Much love, everybody. Have a good one. Peace out and ciao. Let me know what channel name I should choose. If I change my channel name, let me know which one I should go with. Have a good one, guys. Awkward.